They also had, like, recently got like AI. If you have like an outfit in mind, you can literally plug it in, it'll spit out all the like similar
Yeah.
outfits that you can do. Like, for example, like the mop wife aesthetic that was trending like a year or two ago. I was like, I have a fur coat. Like, I don't need to go and buy any fur coats. I'm just gonna wear it and be in my mop wife era. And like right now with this whole Ralph Lauren Christmas, it's all bullshit. Like, it's nothing new. Like the tartan, the excess, the nostalgia, that's what they're trying to push onto you. This is nothing new. Like, there's no need to go out there and buy a new Christmas decor or anything like that. Or if you're like me and don't have any Christmas decor, I'm trying to furnish everything secondhand or like make it myself.
Yeah,
So
and, like, capris are coming back, and I'm like, "Let me just go into my parents' basement and pull
yeah,
something out from junior high school."
yeah,
I want to share why ZÁY exists. Most of us are used to buying clothes that look good for a moment but don't last in quality, meaning, or impact. ZÁY was built the opposite way. Every piece we create is designed to be timeless, not a trend-driven, ethically produced, thoughtfully sourced, and made to be worn for years, not weeks. We believe sustainability doesn't need to be loud or performative. It should feel natural, intentional, and human. Just like the conversation you're watching right now. If you care about what you wear, who made it, and the impact it leaves behind, ZÁY was created for you. You can explore the collection and learn more at www.zaysheen.com or tap the first link in the description. Now, let's get back to the conversation.
yeah, exactly.
How can we educate the consumer about, what is right and what is wrong with this trend thing?
I don't think labeling it as right as or wrong is the way to go, because like Alexis and I mentioned, that sustainability is a lot more nuanced than like this is right and this is wrong. Don't buy fast fashion, buy from this brand. But like fast fashion may be something that is only available to certain people. So instead of just kind of penalizing them for being able only to afford that, we need to shift the conversation of just kind of promoting the longevity of the items that they can afford. And I think that's at least that's what I try to do on my page, because I want it to be as inclusive as possible. Just because I know, like, I'm a professional. I have been in my career for 11 years. I am moving up the corporate ladder, so to speak. What's available to me may not be available to some like college students. And I do speak, a friend of mine is a professor, so I do go to her class and talk about sustainability. But like, I can't be like, oh yeah, like go invest in this like $200 shoes, like, and then they'll be like, what are you talking about? I can only afford like Walmart, for example, right? So,
Yeah, I think also, as like I was talking about earlier with personal style, is like I think trends are going to happen regardless if we want them to or not, and people are then going to participate in it. And I think telling people to just be more mindful, like, are you buying this because someone is telling you to buy it or because you actually like it? So like go ahead, still participate in trends, but only participate in the ones that actually feel like they fit your personal style. So
Yeah.
like leather bomber jackets have been trending for like the past couple of years. And I finally bought myself one this year because, like I said, I love leather. I own like literally 7 leather jackets. Like they
yes.
just make me feel super badass. And I love to pair them with just like a nice flowy dress. Like that is kind of like my aesthetic. But it took me 2 years and then I bought one secondhand. And it's like, yes, I am participating in this trend, but I'm doing it mindfully because one, I bought it secondhand. And then two, I know that I'm going to keep this jacket for like, I'm going to die with this jacket. I'm going to be buried in this jacket probably. Like it is something that is part of my style. So I think if you can kind of think about both of those things, you're just doing a lot more
Yeah.
mindfully than just, okay, I saw this on
Right.
Instagram and like now I'm all of a sudden going to buy it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a psychology effect again for the people, like a FOMO. They feel like, with all the
100%.
trends that we gonna miss out, especially the influencers. And when they do that, and the people who are watching, they get influenced and they feel the same thing that they did. And it's like a whole loop and a whole cycle they go through.
100%.
I was visiting your Instagram profile and I saw an interesting series that you recently launched, which called I wrote the name down, was the 12 Days of Sustainable Gifting.
I made sure that I wanted to include small businesses only. And not only small businesses, I wanted to include AAPI owned, queer, women owned businesses that are doing good. And I have received multiple DMs from these businesses thanking me because they're getting orders. So I know that we've been talking about not participating in overconsumption and all of that. But I think that there's a way to gift consciously while helping those who actually need that help. Because Jeff Bezos has 177 billion. Like that $20, the $50 that goes into Amazon is not going to affect him the same way the small business does. It's just not. And like, for example, I promoted like my last series was the stocking stuffers. And this artist, Shang Daili, I've met her in person and she's going to be at the Renegade Craft Fair, which is another place I go to. And I spend quite a bit of money because I want to participate in helping those small businesses. She literally DM'd me. She was like, "Thank you so much. I just got a ton of orders from New York and I'm 99% certain it's because of your reel." So
Wow.
like, yeah. So yeah, I know we talk about limiting overconsumption, but I think the holiday, if you are going to buy anyway at the holiday during the holiday time, I think there's a way to do it more in a sustainable manner.
That's awesome. It really important, as you mentioned, to support the small brands. It definitely affects them. And of course, they don't make as much the carbon emission like the big companies.
Exactly.
Right.
And I made sure I was conscious, especially to support the brands that align with my political views, like Lush, for example. They're very quite pro-Palestine. I did not realize that Say was actually not a supporter of that. And I did mention that, and somebody called me out. I was like, I had no clue. Thank you so much for educating me. So, like, that's good to know. But, like, I mentioned one of the shops is Terratella, for example. Alexis was with me when we had like this event where they were introducing this brand. They literally take food waste and weave it into new fabrics and make these like very heat absorbent shirts and cardigans that are like next gen stuff. And they are not cheap, but they are doing it to combat food waste. So I thought that those were really cool. Then in terms of food, I think I mentioned I did a thing what to get for a host. And one of the things, there's a brand called Matriarch. And they also are very much in the forefront of preventing food waste. Then another brand for dogs and cats is called Shameless. They take the non-aesthetic foods like fruits and vegetables that would other goes to a landfill and they upcycle them into treats for like dogs and cats, which I think is like very important to do. So I mean, yes, don't overconsume, but if you are going to give gifts, I would much rather redirect the money towards those people who actually need it.
Right. Honestly, this webisode might be go live after the holidays, probably in January or February, but we're gonna pass this season. But still, name some of the gifts that you would recommend.
Well, it depends who you're giving it to, right?
Okay.
And so for my husband, I got a sweater from Nadam. It's a sustainable cashmere brand. I think he needs it. I think for somebody who likes candles, I really like birth date candles that has like people's date of birth and their characteristics if they're into it. I actually just gonna meet up with friends next week and I got all of them candles from that brand.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. I feel like I'm missing somebody and then like because a lot of these businesses that I did mention, I in some ways either know the owners or like have met them, have talked to them and how seen how passionate they are about like sustainability and getting their name out there and promoting themselves.